Bishud Morai Barotai. We are up to Perek Yud. Shemuel Ala Perek Yud. So, if you remember, we just stopped by the cliffhanger. Shaul met Shemuel and he took him to the Bama, gave him to eat, gave him a lot of kavod. Then had him sleep over. Then in the morning, took him to walk, and he said, "I have something to tell you. Tell the Nair to go further. I want to tell you something." And that's where we stopped last perek. Okay, we start from Pasuk Aleph. Vayikach Shemuel et pach hashemen. Shemuel took a jug of oil, vayisok al rosho, and he poured it on his head, vayishakehu, and he kissed him. Shemuel is kissing Shaul, right? Kissing him on his head. Or Radak. Yeah, Radak says. So, what is this sign for? Shemen, he put on his head to tell him you are going to be anointed and the physical leader of the Bnei Israel. He kissed him to give him some of his spirit. Right? It says when kiss connects the neshama by the kissing, so it was giving him some of his spirit to him to be spiritual leader. So we have a whole thing about in the Gemara about this pach sheme. Remember we had in the Shirat Devorah we mentioned that Keren, and we mentioned the ones that he anoint with Keren, with the horn, their kingship last. The ones that they were anointed with the pach, with the jug, they didn't last. So here he anointed with pach sheme. But there's a whole machloket between Radak here says horn was in the shofar. Was in the shofar. The oil was in the shofar. He put in the shofar. He did it in the. We'll get to it. David. So that was one of the differences. Here was pach sheme, the other one was shofar. The other thing that Gemara mentioned here was in the street, over there was by the river. The river has continuation. So the whole question is what kind of shemen they used. According to Rashi, according to Rambam, that was the shemen that Moshe made, the shemen hamishcha, right? Shemen hamishcha was special to anoint Kohen Gadol and the king. So he used that. Radak here says, no, it wasn't Shemen HaMishcha. Brings from the Gemara that says Shemen HaMishcha was only for kingdom of Bet David, and he's not from Bet David. So Radak says Shemen Apartzimon was just a regular Shemen that like with the perfume, right? Perfume Apartzimon. Apartzimon is like something that smells good, like a perfumed oil. That's what he put. Basically, not the real Shemen HaMishcha. But Rambam argues with that. Rambam says, proves that no, this was Shemen HaMishcha. This is the oil that he said, okay, for David's kingdom only after David. Now they cannot use it because after they split, there was side of Yehuda and Israel. So the kings of Yehuda, they anoint with the oil, and not all of them. Only when there was a machloket, who's going to be the king, they anoint the right one. Otherwise, it goes to his son automatically. The kings of Israel, that they're not from Yehuda, they didn't do. But here was before the whole thing. So here he was allowed to use Shemen HaMishcha. Another reason that he gives is, other Mefarshim give, that he is also called Nifchar, chosen. Right? The same way that David was chosen, Shaul was also chosen by Hashem. Since it's chosen by Hashem, he was allowed to put Shemen HaMishcha. So it's a machloket, right?
Tanaim.
Rishonim. Rishonim kivad. Was it the regular oil or was it Shemen HaMishcha? Shemen HaMishcha is very important. No one is allowed to use it for no reason. If they put it on the wrong place, it's chayav mita. So you have to be very careful. So it becomes a big machloket. Right. Okay, so that's...
Machloket Tanaim Nisich.
These are Rishonim. Okay. Vayishakeu, he gave him a kiss. Vayomer, halo, ki ma shechacha Hashem al nachalato lenagid. Right, he surprised him. He didn't know. Shaul doesn't have. He said, here, Hashem has anointed you to become on his nachala, on his portion, to become a ruler. So he made him a ruler right there. Now he's giving him some signs. You want to know that this is really from Hashem? I give you signs. The same way Hashem gave signs to Gidon, remember? Here, he's giving him, the Navi is giving him signs. You're going to go see this. People are going to tell you this. Everything that is going to say comes true. Today that you go from me, Matzata Shena Anashim. Im Keburat Rachel. You're going to find two people by Kever Rachel. Begivul Binyamin. In the border of Binyamin. Radak has a problem. He goes, oh, what are you talking about? Kever Rachel is not in the border of Binyamin. Is in where? In the Chelek of Yehuda. Right? It says Bethlehem. Yaakov said, I buried her, right, in Ephrat Bethlehem. Bethlehem is part of Yehuda. So how could it, why did they say by Kever Rachel? So Radak says, he meant right now they're in by the Kever Rachel. By the time you get there, they're coming towards you, you're going to meet them in the Chelek Binyamin, where? In Salasach. That's the name of a town. You're going to meet them there. They're going to come and tell you, oh, your donkeys were found. Asher alachta lebakesh, that you went to look for them. Vehine natash avicha et divra atanot. Your father left, forgot about this subject of donkey. What is his worrying right now? He's worried about you. Lemor ma'asel is saying, what happened to my son? Then 3 days he's disappeared. So your father is worried about you. That this didn't even happen yet. He's telling him that's going to happen. Those are the words they're going to tell you. Okay, giving him all the signs that it's going to happen. V'chalafta misham, and you turn away from there, travel from there. V'hala, and you go further. Ubata ad Elon Tabur, and you come to the plains of Tabur. Umasata sham shalosha anashim. Over there you see 3 people. Olim el ha-Elohim Bet El. They're going to Hashem, to Bet El. What are they doing in Bet El? Bet El is where Yaakov prayed, and he built the Mizbeach. Apparently the Mizbeach was still there, and once the Bamot became mutar, so people went back to bring korbanot on that Mizbeach. Right? When there was Shiloh, they were not allowed to bring korbanot on that, because it's a Bama. But once the Shiloh was destroyed, Bamot became mutar, the private altars became mutar, so they're going there to Bet El, bring korbanot. Echad Nose Shalasha Gedaim. He's giving him all the details. One of them is carrying 3 goats. Echad Nose Shalashet Kikarod. And one of them is carrying 3 loaves of bread. Kikarod Lechem, loaves of bread. ואחד נושא נבל יין, and one is carrying jug of wine. So what are all these? These are referring to three types that people serve Hashem. One, Gedai means everything goes on Olah, the whole thing burns, right? That's everything for Hashem. Some people dedicate completely to Hashem, right? They serve Hashem only for Hashem. Total lishma. The other one is bread. Bread is the person's necessity. Showing that the person sometimes, right, worships Hashem, but he says, at least give me what I need. My daily necessary, give me. And the other one, yain. Yain is luxury, right? He's worshipping Hashem, but he wants luxury. He says, please give me extra wealth, right? Mercedes-Benz, this, that.
No,
okay.
Mercedes-Benz.
Porsche. He wants extra.
Okay.
So these are the three hints. So why is he giving him these three hints? Because these are the type of people you have to deal with. Don't think I only want to deal with this kind of people. Every type of people you're going to be dealing with. Shalom, they're going to say hello to you, shalom to you. And they're going to give you 2 breads and take from them. Radak points out that these 2 breads are not from the 3 breads that they were holding to take as a sacrifice. These are extras that they have. Right? So, they're going to offer you, don't worry, the kashrut is good, take it from them. Okay? אחר כך, תבוא גבעת האלוקים, then you go to גבעת האלוהים, that's where the luchot were. Remember they took him, they took the luchot.
But I thought Shaul stole it back.
The Aaron was there.
Right, but Shaul stole it out of...
that was one opinion, and even if you took it, they put it back in the Aaron. You cannot just leave it out. Right? And again, we said most Mefarshim don't go with that opinion. Okay, they brought proofs that the luchot were still in the... Yeah. بله. Okay, so you got to give out Elohim. Asher Sham Netzivei Palestine. That over there are commissioners of Palestinians are there. When you come over there in that town, Upagata Chevel Nevi'im, and you're going to meet a group of Nevi'im. Again, these are not from the 70 Nevi'im that was the 48 Nevi'im that was mentioned. These are extra Nevi'im that they had their own Nevi'ot. That has nothing to do with the whole nation. So Hashem, those days would talk to people and they become Nevi, temporary Nevi, right? This Rambam, it says you're going to go there and you're going to meet a bunch of Nevi'im, group of Nevi'im. Rambam said there was a way to become a Navi. Any person wanted to become Navi, first become a big Sadiq and everything good, big Chacham, right? Talmid Chacham. And then with happiness, we're going to see here they're going to bring drums and flutes and playing music. With happiness and meditation, you could become Navi. As easy as that, right? Not for our generation, but those generations they had. The people practiced it and they were able to. Then there was a whole lesson of people wanted to become Navi. They had their own classes. They would go to school of Navi'im, become Navi. They teach them how to become Navi.
مثل الان که میرن کابالا سنتر
להבדיל.
אוקיי, ופגעת הבל נביאים יורדים מהבמה. They coming down from the altar, the במה, ולפניהם נבל, and in front of them people are playing. נבל is a lyre, ותוף, drums, וחליל, flutes, וכינור, harps. These are all type of music. Right? Again, we see later on in the Melachim also, the book of Melachim, where there's an incident that the Navi was upset at something, the Nebuah couldn't come upon it. So he said, oh, bring me music, Elisha, right? Bring me music and I give you Nebuah. They played music for him, calm down, become happy, Nebuah came back to him. So we also see from Yaakov Avinu.
David HaMelech also played for Shaul.
But Yaakov Avinu,
What's his name?
all the times that he was upset,
Sarat Bat Asher played
no, not before that. The whole time that he was upset about Yosef, Hashem didn't talk to him.
right, because he wasn't happy.
Once he
The
understood that,
Shekhinah, the Shekhinah comes back, yeah.
that's right. Once he was happy that, Yosef is alive, I'm happy, Shekhinah came back. Okay, so the Nevi'im, they were giving prophecy, those bunch of Nevi'im. V'salcha alecha ruach Hashem, and will pass upon you, over you, the spirit of Hashem, v'itnavita imahem, and you prophesize with them too. V'nefechta leish acher, and you're going to change to a different person. And Rambam brings the thing also that when people who meditate and become a Navi, they are changed forever. They're not the same person anymore. Because the neshama gets connected to the upper level. They're like become ish acher. And where does he bring a proof? From right here, this pasuk. Quotes this pasuk. And it says someone becomes a Navi, changes forever. It becomes a different person.
Navi without preparation.
Yes, that's a gift from Hashem. Sometimes Nevi'im become Navi just like this. We see also, we'll see in the book of Nevi'im, all of a sudden Hashem, without anything preparation, Hashem talks to them. Here, Shemuel. One of the examples was Shemuel. What happened? He was sleeping, was not prepared. Hashem talked to him. Sometimes gift from Hashem comes. So there's two ways to become Navi. So see, all of a sudden Shaul becomes a Navi, temporary Navi too. When these signs come to you, upon you, all these things that I'm telling you that is going to happen, do whatever you can, because Hashem is with you. What does it mean? That means get prepared to become a king. Don't back up. That's it. Once you see all these signs, you know it's from Hashem. Doesn't say how old he was, but he was a young boy. Not too young because he went to war too.
Yeah, it was
Was it? Probably 18, 20,
tall.
yeah. V'yarata lifnei hagilgal, and go in front of Gilgal. Ve'ine anachi yored lecha, and I'm gonna come down towards you. La'alot olot lezvoach, I'm gonna bring olot, korban olah, for sacrifice, zivchei shalamim, and peace offerings, shalamim. Right, so two type of sacrifice I'm going to bring. That's going to be the ceremony of making you king. So it says, go over there, wait for me. How many days? Shiv'ad yamim tochel ad boi elecha. Wait 7 days until I come to you. He is making him basically mentally prepared for 7 days. Then he's going to make the announcement to everybody that this is your king. And don't worry, I will tell you what you should do. והיה כהפנות שכמו ללכת מעם שמואל, when he turned his shoulder to go away from Shemuel, ויהפך לו אלוקים לב אחר, and Hashem turned his heart to a different heart. he all of a sudden felt like a different person. ויבואו כל האותות האלה ביום ההוא, and all the signs came upon him on that day. When he saw those people, everything exactly what Shemuel said. ויבוא שם הגבעתה, and then he came to גבעה, והנה חבל נביאים לקראתו, and the group of Nevi'im, they're coming in front of, towards him. ותסלח עליו רוח אלוקים, and the spirit of Hashem passed over him, והתנבא בתוכם, and he went amongst them and gave nevuah with the other Nevi'im. He started giving nevuah. והיא כל יודעו, and anyone that knew him, knew Shaul from before, מאתמול שלשום from yesterday or the day before, ויראו והנה im nevi'im navi niva, and they see, oh, what's going on? He's giving nevuah with other nevi'im, and they knew he's not prepared for such a thing. He's not that, he wasn't that caliber. ויאמר העם, ish el reu, a person told his friend, מה זה היה? What happened here? לבן Kish, to the son of Kish. Hagam Shaul ben Nevi'im. Shaul is also part of Nevi'im. They couldn't believe why they call him Ben Kish, because the father is not Navi. How come he became Navi? Usually Navi'im, the father was Navi, would teach his children, and the children would become Navi too. What happened? Right? Vayan ish misham vayomer, a person answered from there and told them, Umi avichem, who is your father? Umi avihem, who is their father? Right, the father of other Nevi'im. Al ken ha'ita lemashal, this became a mashal, parable for people. Hagam Shaul ben Nevi'im, this became like a slang language. Someone does something extraordinary, they used to say this, oh, Hagam Shaul ben Nevi'im. Shaul is also part of Nevi'im. All of a sudden became like extraordinary. Vayan ish misham vayomer, vaychal mehitnavod, and he finished giving nevuah. Vayavo habama, and he came to the bama. Vayomer dot Shaul elav, and the uncle of Shaul told him, well, Naro, and to his worker, An halachtem, where did you guys go? Vayomer lebakeshet adonot, they said we went to look for the donkeys. Venire ki ain, and we saw that we couldn't find them. Venavo el Shemuel, and then we went to Shemuel Hanavi. We went to Shemuel. Vayomer dot Shaul hagidana li ma amal lachem Shemuel. So his uncle asked him, please let me know what Shemuel told you. If anybody what would say? Oh, look, I became a king.
Yeah.
What do you mean what he told me? Look what he's telling. Vayomer Shaul el dodot. Shaul told his uncle, Haged yigid lanu ki nimseu ha'atonot. That's all he said. He told us that the donkeys were found. What about the rest of the story? Ve'devar ha'melucha lo higid lo. He didn't tell him anything about the kingship. Look how humble he was. He was like shy and humble to tell him about that. Asher amar Shemuel, that Shemuel said. So we see from this another story that how much Anava he had, humble.
He didn't tell his father yet?
How does that do
He didn't tell his father yet?
No, he didn't even tell his father. Apparently he didn't tell anybody.
He didn't
So
get home
Gemara,
yet. He didn't get home yet to tell us that.
so but we'll see. He's even the day they want to anoint him, announce he's going to go hide. We'll see soon. So Gemara brings here that says Seniut. This is called, Gemara calls this Seniut. It says the Seniut that Shemuel had, because of him, he had the Zechut, and he had descendants like Esther.
Shaul.
That Shaul had, yeah. tzniut that Shaul had comes all the way first. It says tzniut that Rachel had. She had the Shaul, and tzniut that Shaul had. He had the zechut to have descendants like Esther and Mordechai. Right? That's the tzniut gives you good descendants. There's a story in Gemara that the lady, her 5 or 7 children became Kohen Gadol. Right? There was a whole Gemara brings how it happened that there was one of her sons was Kohen Gadol, then he became Tameh. The Goy came to talk to him, one of the ministers came to talk to him, he became Tameh on Yom Kippurim, they needed another Kohen Gadol, they brought his brother. So every year this happened, the Chachamim were stunned, well, all our sons became Kohen Gadol, what do you do? They went to the lady, what do you do? You must have done something right. She said, even the walls of my house never saw my hair.
Right.
Tzniut gives you good children and good descendants. Okay, that's what it is. And tzniut is not only covering, it's for you see here also
Character.
being modest, your character, not being haughty, being low key, right? Don't go show off. That's also tzniut. The ones who show off, this again is opposite of tzniut. Showing. Okay, Vayis'ak Shemuel El Ha'am El Hashem, and Shemuel gathered all the nation to Hashem, HaMispah. Again, back to Mispah. That's where they gathered originally with the fight of the Palestinians. Over there, he made them do teshuvah. Bring them back over there. That was the place of their gathering. ויאמר לבני ישראל, כה אמר השם אלוקי ישראל, אנוכי העליתי את ישראל ממצרים. Complains again about the Bnei Israel. He said what? First he tells him, Hashem told, that's what Hashem said. I brought Bnei Israel out of Mitzrayim. ואציל אתכם מיד מצרים, I saved you from the hand of Mitzrayim. ומיד הממלכות הלוחצים אתכם, and from the hand of all the nations that they were pressuring you. ואתם היום מאסתם את אלוקיכם, and you rejected today your God. אשר הוא מושיע לכם מכל רעותיכם בשריכם, and he בשרותיכם, the one who saves you always from your problems and from troubles, all your problems, who saves you? Hashem. And now you say, oh, we want the king, we don't want Hashem to be our king. That's what it sounds like. ותאמרו לו כי מלך תשים עלינו. And you told Hashem, put upon us a king. ועתה התייצבו לפני Hashem, and now stand in front of Hashem, לשבטיכם ולאלפיכם, according to your shevet, each shevet separately and each 1,000 people separately, organized, stand there. That what does he want to do? Basically, even though Shemuel knew who's the king, but he wanted to show people that is chosen from Hashem. So he does kind of a lottery. ויקרב שמואל את כל שבטי ישראל וילחץ שבט בנימין. This was with the help of Urim Betumim, the breastplate of Kohen Gadol. He brought all the Sheftei Israel and singled out Shevet Binyamin, right? And the Urim Betumim, Shevet Binyamin, lead up. So, okay, all the other Shevatim go back. Shevet Binyamin, the new king is going to be from you. ויקרב את שבט בנימין למשפחותיו. Now, by families. He brought them close by families, family by family. ותלכד משפחת המטרי. And singled out the family of Matri. וילכד Shaul. So it goes on and until he gets, it singles out Shaul ben Kish ויבקשו ולא נמצא. And they were looking for him, they couldn't find him. Right? Where is Shaul? Cannot find him. וישאלו עוד בהשם, look how much they were searching, that they were exhausted finding him. They had to go back to Hashem and ask Hashem from the Urim and Tumim. Where is the new king? Where is he? וישאלו עוד בהשם, הבא עוד הלום איש. הבא עוד הלום איש. They ask Hashem, is the man here? About, did he come here yet? ויאמר השם הנה הוא נכבה אל הכלים. And Hashem said, yes, he's hiding behind those vessels. In a certain tent, he was hiding. He was too shy. Very shy person. וירוצו ויקחוהו, they run, they took him. משם ויצב בתוך העם, and he was standing in the middle of the people. ויגבע מכל העם משכמו מעלה, and from his shoulder and up was higher than everybody else. He was a very tall, majestic man. So they say, when it comes to Kohen, a Gadol Mechav, Kohen Gadol, right, has to be not only rich and Chacham and everything, has to also be good looking. So Rambam says that goes to all the leaders. Anyone that wants to hire a leader, especially king, has to look good, has to be like presentation. So that's one of the reasons Hashem chose him. ויאמר שמואל אל כל העם, הראיתם אשר בחר בו השם. Did you see who did Hashem choose? כי אין כמוהו בכל העם. There is no one like him in the whole nation. Right? He was a Tov. Remember the pasuk before said he was Tov and Tovim Kamohu. He said, so here again emphasis on that. No one else is as good as him. ויריעו כל העם ויאמרו יחי המלך, and all the nation they screamed and they said יחי המלך. And they say, the Mepharshim say, Yechi HaMelech means you should be successful in what you do. Right? Be live, the king. Long live the king. Long live the king.
Javid Shah.
That's it.
חב"ד میگن یخی המלך. אדוני.
That's right. They used to say that to Rabbi.
They used to say.
Okay.
They say it after עלינו.
Okay. וידבר שמואל אל העם את משפט המלוכה. Again, Shemuel told people the laws of the kingship. Right? He's allowed to do this. He's allowed to take your land, take your children as a slave. He told them everything again. ויכתוב בספר, and also wrote them in the book. It's tomorrow they don't come and complain, oh, what is this? ויונח לפני Hashem, and put it in front of Hashem. That was in the by the Aaron that they had. וישלח שמואל אל כל העם איש לביתו. And Shemuel sent everybody to their house. Go back home. וגם שאול הולך לביתו. גבעתה. Shaul also went to his own house to Giv'ah. He still doesn't get it that he's a king. Right? He has to go to a palace.
There's no palace though. They don't have a palace.
Not yet, but at least.
There's no White House.
No. So he went back to his own house, living with his father. Okay. וילכו עמו החיל אשר נגע אלוהים בליבם. But the group, army of people went with him, the ones that Hashem inspired in their heart. Hashem put in the heart of people, go with him. Don't send king alone. It's not nice. But what? Not everybody liked him. What happened? ובני בליעל אמרו, the people of low life people said, מה ישענו זה? How is this guy going to save us? ויבזוהו, and they ridiculed him. They made him, right, fun of him. ולא הביאו לו מנחה, and they didn't bring him gift. So Chachamim said this was Shaul's problem, that he was so humble that even now you are a king, they're making fun of you, and you are the king. He should have, Mored B'Malchut, he should have killed them, but he didn't do. Well, by he kemacharish, he was silent. Kemacharish, here it says, like someone that doesn't hear and cannot talk. Ke'ilem, and right? Kecheresh ve'ke'ilem. Why? That was a bad thing about him.
He's too humble.
Already you are a king. It's good to be humble, but sometimes you have to act like a man. He didn't do it. Okay, we'll see about this next time. B'ezras Hashem.
اسفانی همین